transformational stories in people's lives are things that press cares about. So if you're able to space them apart and go to different media, then at least my gut says that you could get a fair amount of visibility to what you've already done, rather than wait for what you're about to do. And at the corporate level, I think the results that we've achieved at the college level alone are very compelling. Right? So if you went and said, look, Microsoft, you've hired X students that have been FFE Scholars, or Yahoo, you've done this, or wherever they have been, I'm not sure which exactly the organizations are. I think that would have quite a significant impact, but we have not been in a PR mode. So I think that would be the slight change I would suggest to the way you raise both awareness.
We've been part of the formal discussion, but we've been, as I was discussing with Mr. Seshan earlier. One is, given the kind of changes that are taking place today in education and also even in society, should we be playing some modest role in doing a little bit of more of research at the ground level, particularly I'm looking at it from an academic perspective, to see what's really happening, among the kind of people whom we work with? Is it worth looking at a few very carefully designed research projects, which would be in addition to the kind of experiments we are looking at from the funding side? And that's one thing at least I would like to look at going forward. And the second one is, should we also, either as FFE or as individuals, get involved in some of the policy and other debates that are going on? Because particularly in India, this is the time the Knowledge Commission has come out with a number of reports. There's a lot of change in the thinking of the government on how higher education should be funded. Would it make sense for some of us to get involved in some of those debates and maybe influence them in some way? May not be from the FFE platform, but otherwise as individuals. So this is again an issue which I'm sort of looking at. So others.
I think it's, just my instant reaction will be very, very interesting, some of these research projects that you will be targeting, but it will be helpful to understand with what objectives, right? And what do we expect to achieve out of that project? But on the influencing the government policy, I think that's very, very critical. And I do not know if FFE today is a large enough platform yet to be able to have its results be applicable at a national level yet. But I think given your personal position at the institute, I think you're doing that at a personal level, I think will be very, very useful. But, India's challenge is so huge, right? And that's fundamentally at the basic level, the thing we're missing is teachers. Teachers that are willing to teach.
There was, Prabhu, recently, last time that I visited India, a conference somewhere in Delhi or in Bangalore, on which, on the platform, Amartya Sen, who is now running his own private charitable trust for Calcutta high school students and motivating the government teachers in Calcutta to be more attentive to improvement of standards and quality of government schools. Pratham was present on that occasion. These are subtle ways of creating awareness for their institutions. So if Rishi were to make a state paper or present a paper on behalf of FFE, at that conference it was said that, on behalf of FFE, Mr. Professor Rishikesh Krishnan spoke. It will give us some publicity in very, very subtle way. And this is what I think Pratham is achieving by being spokesman by participating in some of these higher level conferences. And they get invited to all these things, and it's a very small role that they are playing, but yet this on the national platform in media, Pratham is mentioned. So I think this is some of the things that Rishi and I have talked about as to whether we could publish papers on behalf of FFE, or we don't have the resources to do all
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
I think that that's a wonderful idea. Yeah. I think using that FFE in that model definitely contributes to awareness in a big way. And I think it will probably lead to FFE becoming a platform that the voice will become.
I think the topic of press, I think we should almost take it up on us that we need to have a number of press releases and working at. We have to make that as a like think that we're going to have press releases in the next year.
One thing we should think of doing
and what are the good ideas given what we have done, to leverage that into a press release.
Just wondering, even in our India board level,
Yeah.
would it help make sense to get somebody who is more involved with the media and so on? We will think
But
about
yeah,
it.
but
Maybe we
Yash
should.
has
No, but I think we should look at various people. I think some of the people maybe even attending today,
Yeah.
maybe some people.
And
who could help
also-
us in that regard.
also
I'm
there's-
sorry, we're short on time. I know that we have plenty to discuss because 4 o'clock we were hoping to start to bring in the invitees.
Let's see if people have come.
Yeah, can we maybe.
We have had in the past, but which you don't know about. I'm very pleased to also welcome Dr. Prabhu Goel and his daughter here from the US. And he, as you know, is the founder trustee of FFE.
I want to become a big research, big scientist.
I want to be a scientist, environmental scientist.
I want to do an MTech or get an IAS.
Sarvana Selvam, N. Deepa and Madan Gopal. These are 3 individuals who, for want of adequate financing, might have languished as one more among the millions toiling to make ends meet. Due to the FFE scholarships, Sarvana Selvam, N. Deepa and Madan Gopal are now on the path to success. This is their story.
My name is Saravana Selvan, S. Saravana Selvan. I am doing 3rd year EEE Electricals and Electronics Engineering in Crescent Engineering College, Bangalore.
In a crowded street, bustling with people, scooters and autos, Sarvana Selvam walks to his father's barber shop.
In my family, nobody has ever studied like this. He is the only one who's done engineering.
Selvam received a scholarship from Foundation for Excellence to complete his undergraduate in electrical engineering.
Our family is very poor. My father and mother are not in a good position. So it's me only can do something for them. That's true by this, the only weapon education that I have.
Walking to his home a few yards away from his barber shop, Sarvana's father climbs a narrow flight of stairs to the 2 rooms that his family share. Sarvana uses one of the rooms to study every day. Working on a thesis project on artificial neural networks, it seems a far cry from where his family came from.
If I going to finish this BE degree, I'm going to be the first graduate in my family. This is going to give a very big pleasure for my parents. That's you cannot get that pleasure by giving any amount of money.
Selvan's mother is dressed in her Sunday best to celebrate a local religious festival. She reflects on how the FFE scholarship changed her family's lives.
The scholarship from FFE was very useful to us. Because of that, he's studying very hard.
Sarvana Selvan's family have been given a dream. For a boy who grew up in the dusty streets of Chennai, an engineering degree now seems an attainable goal.
I am Deepa Narayanan. I did my schooling in St. Mary's Matriculation School, Tamra.
Deepa's mother, Renuka, makes about 700 rupees per month, and she supplements that with a small pension. With Deepa's father's whereabouts a question, Renuka has single-handedly motivated her daughter to work towards her goals. Deepa was an exemplary student. She worked hard and did not let her family's financial status deter her. Foundation for Excellence sent her a check to completely finance her chemical engineering degree. Now she can look forward to a life filled with possibilities.
My name is Madan Gopal. I'm studying BTech in Anna University.
Auto driver Patita Pavanam is scouring the Chennai streets looking for a passenger. When asked about his sons, he admits his dreams for them are to become famous and excel in their lives.
எந்த மாதிரி உள்ள ஆட்டோ டிரைவர் கேட்டகரி
If we try and make an effort, people like me can educate our children. Anyone can study and achieve if they can lift themselves above societal expectations. Through my children and FFE, I have understood that self-confidence is most important.
A narrow alley leads into an open courtyard. A single toilet and bath in this courtyard is shared by about 8 other families. A tiny room houses this family of 4. Madan Gopal sits on the floor of his house and pores over his engineering textbook.
Just 10%.
I will send 10% of my salary to educate poor kids.
How can you participate? Volunteer for FFE. It's just a few hours every month. Give back to the community. Donating a small amount can go a long way. Adopt a scholar. You can help someone from your own college or your city or your state. Your high school child can sponsor a buddy and keep in touch with the scholar.
My name is Sujit Bhatt. I am doing 3rd semester B in the University of Vishweshwaraya College of Engineering.
These are the faces of Foundation for Excellence. The faces that now reflect a deep yearning. A yearning to do well academically, graduate and lift their families out of the morass of poverty and illiteracy. Foundation for Excellence, building dreams, one student at a time. Come join us at the Foundation for Excellence.
Who are able to identify students who are in need and are very bright. And we entirely the facilitator is the key between our US office and India. And they also serve to mentor students whom they have found eligible for our scholarships. So this is a one-on-one mentoring program as well. Scholars have been very successful, have gone on to get very good jobs, and are now in the position to give back to the foundation. And we are lucky to have several of them here today. After this, you will have a chance to meet them as well as facilitators. And we have about over 300 FFE scholars who have started to contribute back to the foundation to the tune of over 14 lakhs. So we have gone full circle, and we are hoping to get more of them involved with FFE in various other ways. We have some new initiatives now in Karnataka. We've just started a new FFE India board. We are also going to, in the planning stages of a fundraising event later this year to increase awareness. And we are always looking to individuals like you who are involved in the corporate world, in government and in academia to help us in this process and to partner with us. So we're always looking for new initiatives and proposals from you all. And we look forward to your continued support and hopefully active participation with the foundation. Thank you.
The Adopt a Scholar facilitates such a process. We also have a way by which the donor as well as the student can come together. We facilitate the communication process between a donor and the student. We make it possible for a donor, particularly this is oriented towards donors who are in the United States, as and when they come to India for visits, we could facilitate the meeting of the scholars whom they have sponsored, and the donor can have a meeting for them to make a personal assessment as to whether the donation is going in the direction in which it was intended, and if there is any way in which the donor can help the student in